Hello everybody, the History Guy here. I'm doing a first look video. This was a game that was actually recommended to me by one of you, one of our viewers, and it's called Ostriv. I think I'm pronouncing that right. And it's very similar actually to Banished, but I can see the potential for this being a much better game. I watched a couple of videos online about it, but this is actually my very first look at the game itself. It's a small download. There's really not much to it. It's still in alpha, so it's early release. A lot of the features are not yet even available. But I'm just going to dive in and kind of do a first look and allow you to see what I see as I see it, and just kind of get a feel for the game. So I guess we're going to pick a location to start off here, and I'm thinking, yeah, we'll go with this one because it looks like it's got a lot of open areas. Alright, so looks like spacebar pauses just like in other games. So March 1721, I guess, is our time period here. And I don't know where this is supposed to be. The names appear to be like maybe Slavic in origin, maybe Russian, or something or else like that. So I don't know. And as you can see, you can click on each one of these folks. Gives you their education level, and very little else at the moment. Just their age, some basic information. It looks like all of the families are starting out in tents. We've got some supplies available to us to start. 10 iron, 1,600 nails, 12 thatch. And then we've got a camp center. And then you can click on each one of these tents, and it shows a little bit about the family. They're all unemployed, of course, because there's nothing we can do right now. They've got a certain amount of stored flour, potatoes, and water, and firewood. Looks like we've got a well here in the center of town, but otherwise not a lot. So right off the bat, I can see this is kind of cool. It tells you kind of what you need to do. So it's telling me build a forestry for work production, or wood production. But I'm thinking, would it not be a good idea to have a farm so that we're producing food right off the bat? I guess maybe I'm thinking the way I would if, oh, this is cool. So it's not just like okay, north, south, east, or west facing. You can, press R and just kind of rotate R and T. Okay. That's really cool. All right, I like this. So we're going to go up here. It looks like we got some flat land up here. So I guess we'll start building the farm right off the bat. And then it looks like we have a building queue right here. And it says laborers are getting the resources to the site. So then we'll go ahead and start working on some houses, I think. Because it's telling me, it's telling me I need to do forestry for wood production. So I guess we'll go right here next to the wood and do that. And we'll go ahead and hit fast forward. Let's kind of watch how this goes. Alright, so it's telling me it's going to need a certain number of wood and nails, and then some work that'll need done once the items are brought to the site. And I'm guessing the same thing is true here with the farm. So this is kind of cool. You can actually see them building it step by step. I want to slow this down for a second, because this is pretty awesome. They're building it just like you would normally build the building. They got a little foundation here, then they put the floor down. And now they're putting up the boards for the walls. That's pretty sweet. And you can see them carrying the carts. You got other people that are just walking. Very cool, very cool. All right, let's carry on now. And I guess once we build those two things, and we can see kind of how far along construction is in progress. I guess once we build those things, then we worry about houses. So there's just one kind of house right now, village house. And it tells you basic housing. It requires 10 clay, 50 wood. I don't think we had any clay, did we? We might have to build something for clay. So here we've got forestry, farm, windmill to mill wheat into flour. We've got a cow shed, slaughterhouse, tannery, hay dryer, carpentry, a smith, a clay pit, which I guess we're going to need, tailor's workshop, weaver's workshop, shoemaker's workshop, shoes are important, a thatchery, an oil workshop, a boatyard, and a fishing dock. Let's go ahead and make a clay pit, because obviously we're going to need one of those, I think. We also have trade and transport. We have hay barrack, granary, a warehouse, trading post, market stall, cart parking and a wooden bridge. That's pretty sweet. Okay. And then we go to government here, and we can build a town hall. Unlocks more ways to control your town. Very cool. So that's not unlike Banished. I can see the similarities, but I can already see some ways in which this game, especially when it's in its final mode, would definitely be superior to Banished. I like the look of it a lot better, and I kind of like the interface and the options that are available even in the vanilla game. Now, I don't know if this is a game that will allow for mods at some point or not, but so far so good. I'm digging it. So we'll kind of see what happens here. It is almost the end of March of 1721. You can see we've got 18 adults, 26 people total. There's no market, no housing available, and no jobs available. So we're working on that. We're trying to get that dealt with here. And it looks like the last of the building is done. Oh, we're going to need thatch. Do we have any thatch? All right, let's pause for just a second. No fields assigned. So obviously, we need to assign some fields. So how do we go about that? So it looks like we can hire a manager for the farm. So we're in the process of doing that. We're going to assign a couple workers here to this. Hire options. You can say you want to hire men or women. You can change their wages. Okay, so this is kind of I guess a communal thing. Kind of where I control all the resources and I'm going to be paying wages, I guess. So that's interesting. It makes sense. Can't find wood anywhere. Did I use all the wood to build the farm and now we have no wood? That could be a problem. I could see that being a problem. So maybe that's why it told me to build a forestry for wood production first. All right. So let's do this. Let's drop out. I'm going to start this over and build a forestry first. All right, we're back at it. We're building the forestry first as I was commanded to do. And this time we'll kind of listen to the instructions that are given to us. I still feel like I need to have a farm before I have houses, though. I don't know. Just me. And then we'll definitely need to assign some workers to said forestry. It's really cool how you can watch the building going up in real time. That's pretty sweet. So obviously we're going to assign a couple workers to the forestry. I guess we'll fill it up for now, and we can always remove them from that as other needs come available. Alright, we're going to build this farm now because I feel like I need to have a farm before I have houses. Because we've got these nice little tents already. So let's start fast forwarding. These guys will start cutting down some trees. You can see them cutting the logs. That's really cool. I'm really enjoying watching that. Alright, so we're looking for builders. Get some builders going on this thing. We've got our clay pit. So going back to kind of looking at things, you've got decorations as well. So we've got different kinds of fences you can build. That's really cool. Some arches. You can actually plant some trees, which is cool. Then we got education. All right, so as I mentioned, this is a work in progress. It's in alpha, so it's got a long way to go. So it looks like education, health, and religion are things that will be coming down the road. We've got a world map here. This is kind of cool. Our city is right here. So it looks like there are other cities that maybe you can reach out and connect to at some point. Oh, so we can have trading posts, and it's 6 days away, but we can have deals. That's kind of cool. Okay. I wonder if I can rename my city at some point. Maybe that's something that becomes available to you when you build the government building, the town hall. So I guess we'll see. All right, back to our farm. We're waiting on some more parts for that, I guess. So once we get the farm built, then we'll worry about homes for everyone. I guess we could probably just kind of queue those up too, right? I mean, there's enough workers. Alright, so we have to make sure that they're not like on top of each other. And it's kind of cool. You can see automatically that a path starts to form, which is something you would expect in real life if people were walking in the same place over and over again. So that's kind of cool too. Alright, how are we doing on this thing? We've got some of our items sitting there. We're just waiting on people to get her done. And as you can see, there goes the building up again. We already watched that one being built earlier, so we'll come away from that for now. Well, a nice amount of wood and firewood going here. We've got production limits. I guess 200 is the max on our production limit. Well, we can click on help here. Let's see what the help says. Foresters chop down trees for wood and firewood production. At least 2 workers are required for chopping down trees. That makes sense. Foresters will also clear the land for construction if necessary. You can also remove a specific tree by clicking on it and clicking remove. Let's try that out. So you can click on an individual tree and you can say protect or remove. That's kind of cool. I like that. Alright, how's our farm coming along? Because we're in the middle of April now, and I would guess if we're going to be planting anything right off the bat, it's going to need to be done fairly soon. Now right here you see the treasury. Our total stored resources, water, wood, thatch. Very little thatch left. Not a lot of iron left, but lots of nails still. And obviously at some point we're going to run out of money if we don't start generating some income somehow, I suppose. So they are starting to build houses at the expense of building my farm, apparently. And there, again, you can kind of see the path starting to form. That's really, really cool. I like that little kind of attention to detail. Those just little things that you don't really think about. Pretty sweet. And you can also, one of the things you can do here is that you can kind of set the... there's a little bit of graphic options, not a lot, but you can set the autosave interval. You can change the language that it's being done in as well. I don't know what the other options are, but I guess we could take a look at that and see what the other options are. Looks like we've got, I'm assuming that's Russian. Okay, cool. We're into May. We're still waiting on this farm to be finished. Looks like we may finish it up right here. Just got to get the walls and the roof going, and we'll be all set. Oh, come on, guys. You're literally like 5 seconds away from finishing this building. Come back and finish. How could you let it go when it's that close to completion? Alright, I guess everybody's just kind of chilling around the fire for now. That's cool. Laborers are getting resources on site. Here we go. I guess I had to just go get some more thatch. And that guy just dumped it there, but didn't actually finish it. Here comes the worker to finish it. Looks like a little Amish guy. That's kind of cool. Alright, there we go. So let's pause for a second here. We're going to assign a manager, assign some workers to our farm. Oh, there we go. Add a field. Very cool. Let's add a field. Oh, we got to build a fence for the field. That's really sweet. I like this a lot. Too long. Place is occupied. Okay, my bad. My bad. I guess if you right-click, it kind of comes back off of that, so that's cool too. Let's put a little space in between. Maybe that's what we need to do. Nice. Max output. I don't know if that's going to be good or bad. Alright, now we can click on it. We can activate it. Oh, sweet. And they have the different kind of steps for farming. Plowing, sowing, growth, ripeness, and harvesting. And you can see, too, this is really cool because we're going to plant wheat. And obviously, I don't know much about farming. I grew up in a town, not a farmer. But I know, I have a basic understanding that you have to rotate crops because different kinds of crops use different nutrients in the soil. And if you continue to grow the same crop over time, eventually that nutrient gets depleted. So it looks like basically we're following that same principle. I believe here where I live in Ohio, a lot of the crops, they rotate corn and soybeans because they must complement each other well. All right, we're going to queue up some more houses because eventually we're going to need quite a few. We have how many families? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... 9 families, so we're going to need 9 houses. I'm not sure we're going to have 9 houses done by the time winter hits, but I guess we'll see. But we're going to watch these folks start getting to work here. So we've got a farm manager. We've got a bunch of laborers that have come out, I guess, in addition to the workers. it looks like they can just hire additional laborers that maybe are unemployed and looking for something to do. So they're sowing right now. They're planting the seeds. Hopefully they'll be able to harvest this wheat by the time all things are said and done. So you can queue up. You can say, okay, wheat and then fallow. Very cool. So I've definitely got a lot to learn about how this all works. And I know it's going to take some time. I don't have a plow, so we can't plow. We need 2 oxen and a carpenter building in order to build a plow. All right, so that's interesting. So definitely a complex series of steps you're going to have to take at different times. In the meantime, I guess I'll just follow the steps they're giving me, which is to build all houses for the camp. But already, like I said, I can really see the excitement of this. So I'm gonna kind of let it skip ahead and start building some of these houses. There's our first house has been completed. So I'm guessing one of our families will move into this house and move out of the tent. You can see they're taking their stuff with them. They've got some wealth. Their wealth's actually going up now. Obviously, they're earning income from work. And the tent tore down. So as the families move into houses, they're tearing down the tents. So pretty sweet. We've got our little cart parking area there. All right, so we'll get these houses queued up, and we'll see. It looks like we're seeing some growth with the farm. So I'll kind of drop out and skip ahead a little bit and let you see some of the progress. All right, so my production has stalled because I've run out of thatch for the roof. In my current house, I've got all the houses queued up here, so I'm going to build a thatcher down here near the water, a thatchery, because it says that he has to gather reeds to do that, and I'm guessing that the reeds are in here in the water, so it seems to make sense that I would build the thatchery down there by the water. So we'll go ahead and see if that helps with my roof issue. In the meantime, it's good to see that they're continuing to work on the other houses and doing the parts that they can. We'll just have to wait on thatch for the roofs. In the meantime, my wheat the growth is kind of stunted, but the ripeness is good. So hopefully we'll start gathering some of that wheat, and I guess I'm going to have to build buildings to produce that wheat into something at some point. We're still waiting on laborers. I guess they're working on all the houses right now. Oh, this is cool. I can just drag this. So I can just drag that and change the queue. That's cool. I don't have to like cancel anything or pause anything. Excuse me. I can just drag the thatchery to first in the line. So we'll do that. See if that helps get it built a little faster. In the meantime, I'm kind of curious to see. All right, cool. They're harvesting the wheat. So you can already see the nutrients are down to 75%, 70%, and 100%. It doesn't tell me what those nutrients are, but I guess it doesn't really matter. We just have to see what will replenish that. So I can probably go one more season with that, and then I'll have to do a different field. I can leave that one fallow and go with another one, and eventually have to plant some different crops. But in the meantime, we're storing wheat, but I guess we got to figure out what to do with said wheat. So let's see what else we can produce. A windmill will mill the wheat into flour, but then of course we're probably going to need a baker. Do we have a baker? Is that something you can have here? Or do people just bake their own food? Is that how that works? I don't know. Granary, warehouse, trading post, market stall. I guess that's something I'm going to have to figure out for myself, but we will go ahead and build the windmill because it just seems to make sense to have that there. How's our thatcher coming? Almost done. Okay, cool. So it looks like we're waiting on some wood to be placed there to finish the product. Do we have enough wood? Yeah, we've got plenty of wood stored up. In fact, they're not even working right now because there's no more work for them to do. I guess we don't need quite so many workers in that we can assign them to other things. Come on, finish up the thatcher, please. We drag the windmill ahead too, although we probably need to get those houses going because it's September now. Alright, there's somebody's coming back to finish this project. Thank you! Awesome. Alright, we're going to get a bunch of people working on the thatchery because we need some some roofs, and we need them fast. I guess we'll drag this back over here. Alright, I'll drop back out and we'll come back when these houses get complete and we'll see where things are at that point. So while I'm waiting for that, I clicked on population and I see that there's a bunch of information here available. And it looks like I've actually had some people die. Because I thought I had 26, now I only have 24. And you can kind of see all the information, the unemployment rate, which is at 50% right now. Wealth distribution. The age of the people in my village. I don't really have anybody over about 32, 33 years old. So that's kind of cool that you can see all that information. Clicking on economy, you can see the income for this year, housing, rent, local sales, and expenses, which is all in salary right now. The amount of stored resources of various things that I have. And it looks like that's kind of the limit right now of what you can see. I guess probably more options will come available once I build the government building. I still haven't been able to get anybody to work in the thatchery. I even raised the salary. We'll go up to 120%. It doesn't let me hire women, though. I can't put roofs on my houses. And maybe, again, it's because I put all of it on the farm. And I should have worked on the house first. I don't know. But I desperately need somebody to go start producing some thatch. It's October, and I know winter's going to be hitting. There we go. We've got some workers now. I guess 120% was what we needed to do. So we'll get some thatch going, and that'll get some roofs on these houses. And hopefully, by the time we get into November, most of the houses should be built. They're all super close, just waiting on thatch. And I've queued up enough for everybody to have one. I'm going to drag the windmill back over here and put that last on the priority list right now. So houses are in various stages of construction right now. Come on, guys. So we've got 4 people working on thatch. I want to see it going on these roofs. There we go. This one's about to go up. That one just went up. We're getting closer. And there's another one. So now we've got 4 homes. We need 5 more to be complete. And it's going to be super close. We're going to be getting into winter. I'll be curious to see. I would assume the weather changes. You can see now the paths have really become defined. The more people walk on them, the more defined they become, which is really awesome. I love that a lot. So you get a sense for where people are walking. And you don't even have to place those paths. They just happen. Tear down this tree. Eventually I'm going to run out of trees over there. Alright, there we go. We've got 5 homes now. Just 4 families left. We've got 2 more homes that are almost complete, but 2 more that haven't even been started yet. I really hope we can get those done by December. Because tents are not the way to go. They still have some food left, so that's good news. Yeah, I guess we're just going to grind it into flour, and that's what they need. So once we get this windmill complete, after these last 3 homes are done, we'll start grinding mill into flour, and then I'll be curious to see what it tells me my next chore is. Because there's really still a lot to be done. Obviously going to set up trade with other villages, start importing some more things, probably get some livestock going, all that sort of stuff. Alright, we're getting dangerously close to December now, folks. We're going to still have 2 families without homes at that point. Alright, we'll drop out, come back in when those are done. Winter is upon us. I decided to jump back in here early. We're still waiting on 2 more homes. I don't know where all these folks are going. Where are they going? Pause, hold on. Where are you going, sir? I guess we're going to follow you. Where are you going? Are you running away because there's no home for you? Is that what this is about? I think they're abandoning our village. Yeah, they did. That's why we're down to 16 people. because we hit winter and did not have enough for all of them. So that's a problem, I guess. But now at least we have enough homes for everyone. So what's next? Is it not telling me what's next? I guess it's not. So priority definitely on getting homes built rather than farm, because obviously they've got enough flour to last them. But they just up and left. I don't see how walking through the tundra in the snow is safer than just staying here and maybe bunking with someone else, but I get it. That's what happens in the game. So it's not telling me what to do next, so I guess next priority is the windmill. So we'll get the windmill going. We'll see what happens in spring if it tells me what else to do. But I probably won't do too much just for this first look to kind of give you a sense of things. I think I'll at least get the government building going and do a few other things to let you see kind of what those options are. Alright, so we're into April of 1722 now, and a couple of things I want to point out that I'm learning as I go along here. Obviously, I'm running out of nails, so I'm going to need to build a smithy. That's important, where they can turn iron into nails. We'll put them right here. Just about finished up those extra houses that I don't really need right now. I guess I can worry about that later. But I also built a market, and the reason being that it says here that in order to attract more people, migration status, it said that no market. So it says not enough food for sale. I'm working on that. You can have up to 4 types of food for sale in each one of these little markets. Obviously, I have flour. I'm starting to produce fish because I'm in the process of building a fishing dock down here, which is nearly completed. And then, of course, we're going to queue up the smithy so we can start making nails. All of that will help. I should be able to get at least one more season, maybe 2, out of the wheat before I have to worry about something else. I've got my windmill going, producing wheat. So a little bit of flour over here at the market. No fish yet, but we'll obviously get some fish going here fairly soon. It was cool when winter ended because you actually watched the snow slowly melt away. It was pretty cool. So we'll get this fishery going. Eventually we'll get the government building, hopefully get some more people going, because right now what I don't have are enough workers to man all of the things that I have going on. So far income this year is 32 and expenses 87, so my deficit's not going to be quite as bad as it was before. But it says build town hall to gain more control over the economy, so we'll do that eventually and then have to do some trade as well. So still a lot to be done, but I'm really enjoying this game so far. Alright, so yay me, we just got some people that came to the village and they're looking for jobs, which is fantastic because I need people to work. We're just about ready to have this fishing dock completed and I can start getting some people working on fishing. I'm also going to be able to employ someone as a smithy once that's complete, and I think everybody's got homes now, so that's the good news. I realize in hindsight, and hey, this is my first look, I'm not really thinking about these things, I really should have built the fishing dock and the thatcher right down here. They'd been a whole lot closer to the village than walking all the way over this way. But hey, hindsight's 2020, so hopefully we'll get these people down here to finish this building really soon. Food doesn't seem to be an issue right now. Folks have flour. Eventually we're going to need some potatoes. I don't know if I can plant a second field to do that or not. It doesn't look like right now this farm can support an additional field. I guess it's just one. So I might have to do a separate farm. Or maybe if we have a manager we can do that. I don't know. I guess that's one of those things I have to learn still. If any of you are out there and you're watching this and you're more familiar with this game, since this is my first look, please feel free to fill me in on some things maybe I don't know about. No boats for fishing. We got to order a boat. We're going to order 2 boats. I don't know if I can actually order boats without like a market or a trading post, but I guess we'll see. It'd be nice if I could just build my own boats. But it looks like it's ordered, so I guess we'll see if that actually works, just placing an order like that. In the meantime, smithy's almost done. We're in the middle of that process. There should be homes for everyone. I think we're good on that. We've got 26 people again. No housing available, which is holding us back from gaining more people joining the village. So let's go ahead and queue up some more. I guess we'll go over this way here. How's that? Obviously that smithy is going to need to be finished so we have some more nails. Can't find nails anywhere. Yeah, well that's a problem since we're trying to build you so you can make the nails. Okay, so that's a problem. Can I tear something down to get more nails? Because that might be what we need to do. I don't know. Alright, I did what I had to do. I restarted the whole thing because before I could finish building the smithy, I ran out of nails. So I made sure that this time around, I guess there's a reason it tells you to do these things in this order. If you don't build the forestry first, you run out of wood before you can build anything else. So I built the forester, I built the smithy so I can produce nails, I've built the thatchery so I can make thatch for the roofs, I have my clay pit. Now I'm building the 9 houses, which I hope will all be built before winter hits. I keep all of my families. I'll just keep following the order that they tell me to build things, and we'll see how this goes. Alright, so with not much time to spare, we're back to October of 1721, and I've just about got the last house built, so all the families will have a home in time for winter, which hits in December. So we're going to see what it tells me to do next, and right now it's not telling me to do anything. I've got a thatchery going, I've got a forestry, I've got a smithy. So I guess we need to build a market and build some additional housing in case more homes or more people decide to become a part of my fair village. So we'll do that. I guess we'll get a market stall right here in town, or in the center area here, which obviously there's not really anything to do with that at the moment because I don't have things to sell really. But we'll go ahead and give somebody a job doing that, even though they're not really doing anything. And I'm going to have to start producing food. I guess the best thing to do with that would be to go back to fishing, which is certainly going to be quicker than planting a farm in the middle of winter. But we don't have boats, as I remembered, so we can produce fishing boats and small trading boats with a boatyard. So we'll do that, then we'll get the fishing going, then we'll see if we can build us a government building so we can see what that does, and that should be a good place to wrap up this first look. Alright, as we make our way along here, we finally got a boat, a fishing boat, and what we had to do was we actually had to build the fishing dock, place the order for a boat, and once the order was placed, then the boatyard started making the boat. So it kind of happened in that order, which makes total sense to me. So things are going along nicely now. Starting to produce some fish. It has not given me any other instructions as far as what I need to do. But obviously I'm starting to work on the farm now. And at that point I'll kind of have all the basics, I think, and hopefully we'll start drawing some new workers. And at that point I'll be in a place that hopefully we can get this government building done. It's going to require a lot of nails and wood, and I don't know if I've got a source of iron. So maybe I should be looking at some way to produce iron on my own, if there is such a thing, which there doesn't appear to be. I may have to trade for that before I run out of iron and I don't have nails to do things. So maybe that's going to have to be the trading post first to allow me to do that. So we'll get a trading post going. Put it right here at the end of the village, and we'll see if that does the trick. In the meantime, we're fishing. Having fun with that. And I guess we don't need anybody working in the boatyard right now, since we don't have any reason to produce any further boats. So we'll get those people doing other things. We'll get the farm going. We'll get a trading post. We'll see if that gets me on the right foot. So now that I have a trading post, I have actually sent a messenger to Balaklia, I guess I can't quite read it real well, but and it costs a certain amount, this one being the cheapest because it was only 30. So I've stored up some wood and fish in my trading post because those are the things I seem to have the most of a surplus of. Also, I actually have a little bit of a supply of nails right now. So I guess we can store up some of that too. And I guess we're awaiting the return of the messenger. I have begun the process of building my town hall. It's going to go right here. We're just waiting on some laborers for that. I'm also building another house because I did get another family that moved in. So I have no housing available at the moment. That's the one thing that's keeping migration from happening. So the messenger is visiting now. So I guess, oh, here we go. Perfect. So here's our trade. They have offers and demands. They want wheat and shoes. Well, those are not things I have so far, unfortunately. So I guess I can't really buy those things. Can I just purchase? Yeah, I guess I can. All right, so we're going to buy a little salt, which obviously costs money. We're going to import that. I'm not quite sure yet what lime is for, but I would imagine it wouldn't hurt to have some. So we've got to keep an eye now on the budget because obviously my expenses are still above my income. So I think I'm probably going to need, once I build the town hall and I start getting more workers, I'm going to need, well, no, we're not going to activate the farm in December. We'll start producing flour here in the next year. I'm going to need to start having, I think, some more specialized things that I can build, like, well, things like shoes, having a weaver and a tailor, obviously an oil, which I need sunflower seeds in order to be able to do that. But so a lot of things that can yet be done. It's definitely a more complicated system with the trade and everything, which is really cool. I like those aspects of the game. It gives you a lot more to do than what's available on Banished. So I guess we start trading for those things, but in the meantime, we wait on the building of the town hall, which I can't really do right now because I don't have the laborers to do it. So maybe we just stop our smithy because we've got enough nails for the time being. Maybe we take, yeah, we can't fish in winter, so we'll take all our workers off the fishing and they can get to building. All right, we'll see what happens once that's complete, and we'll take a good look at what's available there, and then I think we'll wrap this up. All right, we finally have ourselves not only 27 people in the village now, which means I need to build another house, because as soon as I built that house, it filled up and it went back to saying not enough housing available. But now we have a town hall, and we can look at some more things here. Well, I already could see this before, so I'm not really sure what that does for me. Oh, here we go. We can set the basic monthly wage. We can set see the manager's wage, what that is. We can set the market products price and the village house rent. So obviously all of those things are going to help me to balance my budget a little bit. Looks like I can't appoint a manager. Oh, there we go. Now I can. So I'm not sure what having a manager does for the town hall. But I guess we'll find out. Oh, he's the mayor. Okay, cool. So Petro Monjic is now our mayor of our town. We're finally producing some wheat in the field. We've got a trading post, so we occasionally can trade here. We got the messenger from this place visiting again. Obviously, I'll eventually be able to start exporting some wheat, which should help with my income. But all of that said, I'm going to wrap up right here for this kind of first look episode. There's obviously so much more to this game I haven't even touched. And please remember, it is still in alpha. It isn't even in beta yet. This game is far from a finished product, but you can already see what great depth there is to this. I'm really glad that someone recommended that to me. And we'll kind of keep up with it, and maybe I'll do some videos here and there as new features are unlocked, or as I try to, just get a little deeper into the game. So thanks for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, or you want to see more from this particular game, just hit that thumbs up and let me know, or comment on this underneath. If you don't want to see more like this, just do nothing. You don't have to hit thumbs down or anything like that. But thanks for watching, and we'll be back again real soon with another video in some series. I'm not sure which yet, but thanks for watching.